Listen please, Jamie, listen please. I've got very carefully designed these sheets so you can put your ideas on for the film that you want to make.
My name's Paul Hine, and it's my job to help the participants come up with their ideas for the film. We've been running like a little workshop session, which basically means about 4 or 5 young people at a time, or participants, sorry, at a time. And first of all, we've got some post-it notes and asked them to write down something that made them think. So some element of racism or anti-Semitism, or the discussions we've had already, or the interviews that we did yesterday, something that made them think, something that's made them stop and think, and what that was.
Hi, I'm Joe Shemmons. I'm here for Media Box, and I've been coming up with ideas for a film. Some of the ideas are like a white British person does something quite terrible to somebody in the Jewish community, and he has quite a bad turn about it, feels quite guilty and doesn't know what to do, and he's looking at these notes. The faces of the people he's robbed on the notes instead of the Queen and that.
Yeah.
Just look at like tripping out and that.
Yeah. That's wicked. Well, maybe he buys some drugs or something with the money or something, and then it's like.
You need to give young adults the chances to do things that they wouldn't have ever had a chance to do before.
Say the person who battered the Jewish person.
Yeah.
He sees him doing community service. He sees him on the street and apologises to him. See what stupid.
Right. So the guy who.
Loads of ideas. Some really interesting ideas about prejudice on both sides. Someone had a great idea about someone who was quite anti-Semitic, going to bed one night and waking up in the morning, being transported almost into someone else's body and waking up as a Jewish person the next day.
He goes to sleep one night and wakes up as a Jew. So he's stuck, and he starts trying
Sorry. I just imagine him looking at himself like, what? In the full gear and everything.
He starts understanding. He's got to work as a Jew now because he's Jewish. And he sees how people treat him as a Jew. He's following their religion now, and he's understanding about their religion. So he follows the religion, and he sees that they're bullying him, and there's no reason for them to bully him because everyone's to their own. And once he fully understands what happens, he turns back to his normal self, and he never bullies a Jew again. He's never
absolutely great.
Get ready, will you, Gary? The taxi will be here in 10 minutes.
For God's sake, Carol, I want to go put my trousers on. Lighten up, will you?
And that bloody shirt as well.
What's wrong with the shirt? Well, he wore it once.
Oh, creases in it.
For God's sake.
Tom!
Social be paying for that, and cancel that film.
Yeah, I'm paying. Tom, what are you doing?
What's the worst thing about living in Salford?
The worst thing about living in Salford is there's too many shots. People are on crack and heroin.
Where I'm from, it's just a community of Jews, so they all snobby and think they're better than me.
The thing about living in Hythe is there's not many stuff to do, because I used to live in Newcastle, so there was a lot of things to do.
It'd be nice for people to come past you and be like, you're alright, nice day in it, but you don't.
What's your honest opinion about race relations in your area?
Race relations, I think it's pretty high to be honest with you, because people around my area not too understanding.
More communications between people in the area, you know. It'd be nice for the Jews to communicate with people like myself.
Hi, I'm Joe.
I'm Jamie. I think there's definitely something there is something, amazing about it.
We've just been filming some lads from a Jewish school, filming their perspective on anti-Semitism and what they think about what we're doing as a film company.
Community, if someone walks up to you with a hood on, do you feel like if anything's going to happen or anything, do you feel worried or something?
You might feel a bit worried, yeah. If you're by yourself, then yeah. If you're a group of friends, I don't think it'll be always.
Because I used to live around here, I used to see a lot of Jewish people like yourselves getting abused off hoodies and everything, so.
Really getting to know the background of the Jewish people really, and it's been really good, so
think like the perspective over like Jewish people will be different from now on.
Well, we need to bridge the gap really from
build bridges with each other.
Build bridges between our communities, because obviously at the moment there's obviously some sort of tension between the two communities.
We're all living in like the same area really, and like hoodies coming up like starting effing and jeffing, and I was like, wow, didn't see it from like their perspective and like from their point of view and stuff. It's really good. Like got to learn a bit more about the Jewish religion, and like it's been like really inspiring, so it's all good.
My name's Lisa Bennett Thornton. I'm the project manager at Liberty House in Salford. I manage supported accommodation for young single homeless people of the ages 16 to 25 and support them to find independent living. We applied for the funding for this project a few months ago, and the young people that were living here at the time actually took part in putting the bid together, and they came up with the initial ideas for the project. And I think the young people as well got quite excited last night when we got the cameras and we took them out and had a bit of a play around. And I think they kind of realised that, you know, this is it, this is what we're actually doing.
Wow. You know what I mean? So think of something where there's conflict and think of something where there's a struggle, and then build the story from that conflict and that struggle. Yeah? Because I think that'll give you a starting point. Today we've just watched some Vox Pops which the group did yesterday. So we went out on the streets of Salford and we interviewed members of the community. They did amazing, you know, they come up with a really varied range of people, and it caused a lot of discussion actually. I think in a way there was a little bit of conflict about the comments, because you had some strong comments and you had some comments that were perhaps just more, you know, general. And I think some of the strong comments really provoked a reaction from the group.
It's nice, it's green, it's a nice friendly community. Well, before I moved to this area, it was really, just to be honest, very rough area. Gradually it's getting better and better and better. I think it's much better than when I came and moved in this area.
And I think they're interbred me. Sometimes problems with the youths.
It's just their community, mate. It just belongs to them. Once you step on Leicester Road, it belongs to them.
Yeah, anywhere.
It's as simple as that.
Anywhere
it's like
up, innit?
the kids, even the kids, when they're walking along with the mums or the dads, they're staring at you.
Yeah. How does the way someone dress change the way you feel about them?
That I should ask you.
Playing some music together like we've been developing last week. Me and Curtis got together and jumped a bit and got some ideas, and basically hopefully as soon as we get the ideas down. Me and Curtis actually hate each other, and I mean, we were rolling around on the floor for a while, you know, pulling each other's hair. Curtis got quite a lot of hair to pull. I've got a bit, but we managed, and. No, we get on very well because actually Curtis has got a very similar taste in music to me. So we had a jam for a bit, and then we came up with some ideas. There was something very good going on, you know, good collaboration, which is very good because it's nice we've got come from completely different backgrounds, completely different cultures, like, you know, I'm Jewish obviously, and Curtis, you know, I don't think comes from any Jewish background.
today we're getting ready to shoot our first scene. We're just getting a few members of the cast together. Still waiting for some more people to arrive, which they're not here yet, so it's looking okay.
Tell me about the first scene, kind of where we're shooting.
We're shooting it within this area, around Leicester Road, Bury New Road, Bury Old Road, one of the other roads to link us up, so we're running on a straight square in a bus, where, fingers crossed, this is going to be a good laugh. And we just think we've actually been able to deal with the weather today. I think today's gone really well. I've enjoyed it. Being sat in the back of the bus all day has really been the killer, because that's been picking up the majority of the sunlight. As you can tell, the back of my neck's more dark than anywhere else. You do pick up quite a lot of the sun, especially through the windows.
Hey! Hey! Check him out!
Massive! Favourite moment must have been when I seen can't remember his name, I think it's
Jamie.
Yeah, when I seen Jamie get slapped by the old lady, it was the funniest moment, just to see the look on the old lady's face.
Tina, you're talking about Tina?
Actually, Tom, sorry, Tom.
Oh, Tom, sorry, right.
When I've seen Tom get slapped by Tina, the funniest thing is actually when Tina's reaction, she actually felt really sorry she hit him.
Why do you always have to stick your nose in? That's it.
How would you like to describe what we've been doing so far today?
What we've been doing is taking over and over again, along with stopping for drinks. So we've just been going over, say, 2 different parts of the scene, or 2 or 3.
So we're definitely going stuff like that.
Seems that way, doesn't it? I mean...
Hey, check them out. What are they playing at?
Right.
They're always crossing the road when you walk towards them.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, I've loved every minute. It's been really insightful and I've appreciated it all.
It was extremely hot on the bus. I think everyone was getting a little bit tiresome towards the end, but everyone's done a brilliant job. We've all really worked as hard as they possibly could, and yeah, I'm pretty certain that we're going to get a fantastic result from it.
Just doing a shoot in Manley Park on Leicester Road, where Banks is discovered in Orthodox Jewish attire by his friends, and they're just about to try and prise the hat off his head with a stick, I believe. It's absolutely freezing today. Sunday we were roasting hot on a bus for 6 hours, and today it's been raining and my hands feel like they're going to drop off, they're so cold. But it's going well so far. Luckily Jason's still in a good mood at the moment. Tends to get a bit grumpy as the day goes on, so try and fill him up with pizza at lunchtime.
My name's Jade. I'm in Salford filming an anti-Semitism project. I've been acting, working on the cameras.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, action. Ah, stop! That's my hair, you know. Stop pulling it on.
Getting used to being in the camera now and meeting new people. Because I do meet people, but obviously not this many. So I've been shy. Now it's building my confidence, meeting new people and acting in front of them.
If you can keep most, don't worry about getting the. If you crop the top of his head off, that's not a problem at all. Just as long as his eyes are sort of around there. Just try and stick with that.
Right.
And don't worry about following anything else. Just stick with him.
Yeah, on my way. I'll be there in a sec. Tell Banksy to meet me near the park.
Q car?
Like that. It's over there.
Yeah, man.
This is wrecking my head.
I think it'd be unrealistic to say that we're going to change the world overnight. I think I knew that wouldn't happen from the start. But having worked with the young people that I do work with, I think for them to engage in something like this, I mean, it's a lifetime opportunity that they'll never get. They probably wouldn't have had this opportunity otherwise. And I think to take part in something like this, which isn't just about learning, you know, things like camera skills, sound, editing, they're getting to work with other people as well, and meet people that they probably wouldn't have anything to do with, you know, in their everyday lives. They're sharing their own thoughts, their own opinions, and, you know, working together, which I think is really showing in these sessions that we're having this week.
I think it's been really interesting for the people who have been involved, and I think that some of them have come on a little bit of a journey because they haven't actually spoken to people who are the Jewish people who are living in their community before, and I think it's healthy to go out and meet them, and it can help, disseminate any myths that you might have about a certain race if you go and actually talk to them.
One participant has said to me today that this project, in the very limited time that we've been working with these people, has changed his mind already, and I think that says it all.